Hi, this is Mike, and welcome to the Pro Peak Performance Zone. We're talking about cognitive distortions, certain thoughts that we have that cause us to feel and think in a negative way, and then to act in a negative way. And this is related to cognitive behavioral therapy, which says that our thoughts impact our feelings and our behaviors. It goes back thousands of years to Epictetus, who said that man is not disturbed by things, but by the views he takes of them. And we've been talking about a number of cognitive distortions, and today we're going to talk about filtering. Now, filtering is a type of cognitive distortion in which you filter out the positive and focus on the negative. Right? So this goes where if something happens, you never think about the good parts of what happened. You only focus on the negative. So if you're giving an audition tape, or you're on an interview, and you do many things well at the audition or on the interview, or if you're an athlete and you're practicing, you're at practice, and you do maybe 60, 70, 80% good things, you will focus on the 10, 20, or 30% of things that you did wrong. If you're on an interview, you'll focus on the one or two things that you said that maybe weren't so great, and you'll ignore all the wonderful things that you said. If you're on an audition, you did some great acting, great stuff that you did during the performance, but you will focus and dwell on the one or two things that you didn't do well. Now imagine this. Imagine you went to a museum and you saw a great piece of work, and instead of looking at the whole picture and focusing on the beauty of the picture, you looked in the corner and you noticed there was a little crack in the corner. Maybe this is an old painting, so it's starting to peel or flake off. And instead of appreciating the beauty of the whole picture and the image, you're zeroing in on the defect. Clearly, that's going to impact how you feel about the picture. You're not going to enjoy yourself. You're not going to enjoy the picture. You're going to be so focused on the negative. And this is what people start to dwell on. And they ruminate about it. They think about it again and again and again. They play over the negative parts. And I'm sure you've done this before in the past, right? You've gone on an interview, you've gone on an audition, maybe you were practicing on some kind of a sports team, and you go home and you think about all the things you did poorly, all the things that you didn't do well. You don't focus on the great stuff. You don't focus on the 80 or 90% of the things that you did well. You focus on the things that you did poorly. If you gave a speech and someone said, oh, it was a great speech except for this one thing, you're going to focus on that one thing. If 100 people said you did a great job and one person criticized you, you're going to obsess about that one person. Now, let me just tell you, this is something that's very common. Many of us do this. Many people do it. It's not so unusual, but it is really a negative thing. It can be very devastating to a person's self-esteem and self-image. So be careful about that. Watch for this kind of filtering where you filter out all of the positive and just focus on the negative. Okay, if you like what you've heard, please hit like and please comment. I appreciate any and all comments. If you'd like to give me a question, please feel free to ask a question. Or if you'd like some personal coaching, contact me about that as well. All right, great. I'll see you next time.